Hi again. We're just going to cover dual carriageways, exiting and entrancing onto them, and if you've got the opportunity, overtaking safely, and what to look out for when we're driving along them. What I'll do is I'll turn the camera around in a few minutes, and we'll get driving. But some of the common mistakes people do on driving tests is they don't do what you're supposed to be. So if you're entering a dual carriageway from acceleration lane, you need to build that speed up. So when you start to enter, you're doing a reasonable speed, so similar speed to what the traffic's going. And the same sort of thing is when you're exiting it, you bring your speed down once you're off the A5 or off the dual carriageway. So you're slowing your speed down on the deceleration lane, the exit lane. And the one I'm going to use is in Milton Keynes, which is the A5, which is quite a main one, quite a common one. It crops up on tests. So we'll give it a go, and I'll give it some commentary. Okay, see you on there. Hi there. So we're just coming out of Caldecott, and what I've done is I've turned the volume down because I've looked over and it's too much interference with the wind and the rain. So I'm just going to talk about what's going on now. So we're just emerging onto a dual carriageway, so we're slowing down. And one of the things you need to think about is you need a nice big gap to get out of, because it's a 70-mile-an-hour road on dual carriageways. We're just waiting for a safe gap. And then you're increasing your speed at the same time. So you want to build your speed up quite rapidly. You don't want to be kind of going really slow. Otherwise, you'll be encouraging cars to catch up with you and overtake you, which is not good. So we're coming to a roundabout, and we're going to go under the roundabout onto the A5, which is the dual carriageway in Milton Keynes. So we're going to enter it via an acceleration lane. So we're going to get ourselves into the right lane. So obviously one of the first things you want to do is check your mirrors, signal, check your shoulder. So while we're on there, I'll just talk about what's going to be happening. So we'll just follow this roundabout round. It's a funny roundabout, this one. I call it a dog bone roundabout because it's got a nice long bit in the middle. So we're going to do a right turn at this point. So if you were here, you'd be doing mirrors and signal. And see that trailer coming out here with the cars on? Problem with that is if you start slowing down, which you have to, you've got to watch out for traffic on your left trying to go past you. So you check your left mirrors, check your left shoulder. He's making you slow down. And then the acceleration lane, stick to the left side, start building your speed up. There's no point in going slow. You need to get that speed up. So when you get to the top of the hill, when you're joining the dual carriageway, you're doing a decent speed. I seem to recall I was in fifth gear by the time I get to this warning sign, and I was getting towards 55, 60 miles an hour. So you're checking your right mirrors, signalling, right shoulder, looking to filter into the traffic. If there's a car on the inside lane, you just let them know that you're coming out with a signal. When you're on there, check the centre mirror, cancel your signal. You're just building your speed up. Now, reasonable speed on here, 70-mile-an-hour road. You're talking anything from 60 up to 70. You don't want to be doing 50 mile an hour. It's a bit too slow. Unless the traffic's all going slow, that's different. But at the moment it's flowing along. And countdown markers you see at the green one on the left there. That's your time then to check your mirrors, do your signal, let them know you're coming off. And at that point now you won't be slowing down until you get onto the slip road. And then you'll be checking your mirrors, cancelling your signal. And if we're going to go straight ahead, it's either going to be, as you approach it, probably middle lane. I'm guessing, looking there, yeah, middle lane, second exit. So you're checking your mirrors, slowing down, checking your speedometer, because it's quite easy to forget how fast you're actually going. So it's centre lane, as per normal. Start in the middle, come across to the left when you enter. Checking your left mirror just in case anyone's in the wrong lane, because people do get mixed up. Keep an eye on the lights because they do change quite fast. Checking your mirrors to the left, signalling. Acceleration lane at this point here, so you're building your speed up again. Sticking to the left side, getting yourself up in gears, getting towards that fifth gear, checking your mirrors, signalling again. That's what you should be doing. Checking the cars in the left lane on the dual carriageway. If there's a car there, you could always drop off the gas a bit and let them shoot past you. You don't have to force your way out. Remember, they've got the right of way when they're on the carriageway. You've got a give way sign there. Interesting then, they had a car broken down on the end of the acceleration lane, so you need to watch out for things like that, because that's where you tend to get them at the end. Sometimes when you're coming off a dual carriageway, you sometimes get them on the slip road. And with not being a motorway, you've got parking spots because it's an A road. This is the A5. So it looks like we're not doing too bad with the traffic on here, which usually travels quite nice, flowing along. What you'd be looking for, you'd be looking right up the road, regular checks with your mirrors behind you, what's going on, so you're aware, so if you have to pull out, you're aware of what's going on behind you. And you're looking for slow moving vehicles, so heavy goods vehicles, abbreviation, you'll probably hear people saying HGVs, that's what they mean, heavy goods vehicles. They can only do 60 miles an hour maximum on a dual carriageway or a motorway, but on this we can do up to 70, so there's a possibility we can even overtake them. So we're just trudging along. You can see catching up slowly to the cars. So if you're catching up quite quickly, you need to be thinking about pulling out, which will be your left mirror, so your right mirrors, right shoulder, and early signals. You won't be leaving until the last few seconds. And if you're ever worried about how to judge a 2-second gap, I'll explain that in a second. So there's another exit coming up. It's warning you. It's coming up in half a mile. I think it said it, half a mile or a third of a mile. So it's telling you to get into the left lane at that point. So you know it's coming up. You'll have your countdown markers with the 3 stripes. That's your point to check your mirrors and signal. So as you go past it, it's prompting you. That's like 300 feet, 200 feet, 100 feet exit. So that's your 3 stripes. That'll be your mirrors to the left, signal to the left. You won't be slowing down again. You'll be just keeping that speed going, because if you start slowing down here, you're going to force cars to go around you. And as you exit onto the deceleration lane, you're checking your middle mirror, cancelling your signal, slowing yourself down. At this point, we're going to be doing, I think it's a right turn, so you're checking your right side, signalling right, going across to the right lane. And we're going to go all the way around, which is the 4th exit. And so when you arrive at lights and they're on red, just prepare yourself to get going, because you might be there for a couple of seconds. Chances are, I mean, probably every learner's done it, where they come to lights and they change as you're stopping. And it's funny because it frustrates a learner when it first starts happening to them, but they get used to it. So just following it round. That's it. And as it goes round, it's going to lead to the middle. So you're checking your left shoulder, left mirrors, bring yourself across, mirror signal to come off, bring yourself across again, checking your shoulder, and then accelerating to go down the acceleration lane again, building your speed back up to get onto the A5. As you get towards the bottom, checking your right shoulder, right mirrors, right signal, slotting yourself into the traffic. So you're judging the speed of the traffic on the dual carriageway, so you're just tucking either behind them, or if they're going slow, get ahead of them. Always stay in the left lane, which is the driving lane. The right lane is for overtaking only. And if there's a car going slow, which we're gradually catching up with this van here, so I really think we're going to pull out. So you're checking what's happening behind you, checking your right shoulder, sticking the signal on, and if there's enough space, you're bringing yourself out. Just waiting, there you go, so it's nice, easy turning. It's not sharp movements. And then when you going past the vehicle that you're overtaking, don't be in a rush to get back in. So you make sure you go past them safely, give yourself about 3 or 4 car lengths, checking that left shoulder, just making sure they've not actually accelerated more as you go past them, so you're not misjudging them. And same again, just easy turns to get in, it's not sharp movements. If you're travelling at speed at that point, you're probably doing about 70 miles an hour. And then same again, you just drive along, building your speed up in the left lane. Why are you going along here? In the left side where the white line is, theory test question. the red cat's eyes on the left where the white line is. On this right side next to Central Reservation, they're amber cat's eyes where the white line is, and in the middle, the white dashed lines, they're white cat's eyes, and they're lane dividers. And as you go past an exit or an entrance on the left, the red cat's eyes will turn to green for entrance and exits. So that's a theory test question, what they tend to ask about whereabouts you are on the motorway, and the cat's eyes helps. So that's something to look into. So we're just driving along this exit here. I think we're just going to drive past this bit. You can see them all indicating. Now the interesting thing is, this side from here, there's always going to be an entrance coming on the other side of this, hill here. So you've got the right of way on the dual carriageway. The traffic coming down on the left on the acceleration lane in a few seconds, they've got to get on. So they're looking to filter in. Now it could be there's loads of traffic coming down on the left. So there's a car ahead of us on the left. He's ticking in ahead of me. That's fine. But if there's loads of traffic on the left trying to get on, and there's nothing on your right hand side, you could help them. You could help them by checking yourself to the right and pulling yourself out into the right lane. It's easy then. By doing that, makes it easy on them, and then you just bring yourself back in later on. So the A5s is not an hard road to drive on. So as with any dual carrier, it's all the same format. It's all about looking ahead, planning what you're going to be doing, so you're not rushing to do things, and when you're changing lanes, early observations. When you're getting onto the dual carriageway, building your speed up safely. When you're coming off a dual carriageway, bring your speed down quite quickly. So I hope this little video and the tips is going to help you. Do like the video and don't forget to subscribe. And if you get any comments or anything that you won't mind seeing a video on, please let me know. So we're coming towards the end of this video now, and I'll be stopping in probably the next 30 seconds or so. So weather's not very good, unfortunately. There we go. So safe driving, and I'll see you on the roads. Take care.